How many of you have experienced a fragrance or food that evokes memories from decades ago? How fast can a child learn a musical instrument compared to an adult? How fast can they learn a second or third language? They learn fast, right? But why? It's all because information combined with emotion and became a long-term memory. Because we're not logical, we don't do things logically all the time. We do things emotionally. Emotional connections play a significant role in memory retention. Experiences that evoke strong emotions are more likely to be remembered. All learning is state-dependent, meaning that the emotional state experienced during the learning process is anchored to the information being learned. Can you recall the emotional state you felt back in school? Was it boredom or confusion? If you feel bored, that's why a lot of people don't remember what they learn. It's the emotional state. Children are often the fastest learners due to their natural curiosity and tendency to engage in play, which enhances their learning experience. Scientific research has shown that by playing more actually creates neurogenesis, the growth of new brain cells, and neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself. For example, Einstein didn't have a bigger brain than anyone else. But in certain areas of his brain he had high connectivity. He did these thought experiments where he put himself in these brainwave states, particularly the theta state, which is the state you're in when you're having a shower. That's the theta state, that's a relaxed state of creativity. You're inspired, you have new ideas, new things come out of you. And so you could encourage that by playing more. We live in an age where it's not the strength of your muscles that counts, but the strength of your mind. The faster you can learn, the faster you can earn. But not just financially. In all areas of your life. You can use your power boost mind and muscle like it said in the Spider-Man movie.
With great power comes great responsibility. Take my hand, son.
To change things, to transform, to make things better. Information combined with emotion is the key to long-term memory. The state you're in when you learn something, the mood you're in and the feelings you have when you learn something are all connected to what you want to learn. And now for the 6 awesome keys to learning anything faster. I want you to remember, BEFAST. I'm going to share with you the 6 keys to learning any subject or skill faster. So the B in BEFAST stands for believe. It's so simple, yet so powerful. Believing you can't do something is just a waste of time. Believing you can do something is the first step to making it happen. It doesn't matter which way you look at it, you're absolutely right. All behavior is belief-driven. How many people around you are talking about memory? Because memory forgetting is a state. A lot of people say, oh, I have a bad memory. And they're always saying, I have memory, or I have focus, or I don't have focus. I want you to scrap that. Creativity is not something you have, it's something you do. Focus is not something you have, it's something you do. Memory is not something you have, it's something you do. There is no such thing as a good or bad memory, there's just a trained memory and an untrained memory. Your brain is like a supercomputer, and your self-talk is a program it will run. So if you tell yourself you're not good at remembering names, guess what? You won't remember the name of the next person you meet. Your mind is like a supercomputer, and you're in control of it. You can choose to program it to remember names, or you can choose not to. It's up to you. Your mind is always listening to your inner monologue. Your brain is cycling through different brain waves. Beta is when you're most awake, you're in beta most of the time. Delta is when you're asleep. Theta is right above delta, that's the state of creativity we talked about. And in between theta and beta when you're most awake, there's a state called alpha. Have you ever experienced the incredible state of meditation? It's a state you can also enter when you do deep breathing or watch television. Alpha state is an amazing state to learn. There is no learning without remembering, so B is believe. Believe you can't do it, or believe you can do it, either way, you're already halfway there. Now, let's dive into the wonderful world of E, the exercise. I'm talking about physical exercise here, because your brain is designed to control your movement. As you move your body, your brain learns and grows. And here's the best part, if you want to learn any subject or skill faster, forget about it. Yes, forget. A lot of people don't learn faster because they feel like they know it already. So you'll want to forget about anything else than what you're learning here. Temporarily. The A in FAST stands for active. You take notes, you ask questions, and you participate in it. The S in FAST stands for state, which is really important because all learning is state dependent. All learning is state dependent, which is great because it means we can control our state to make learning easier. I never want to learn in a bored state because most people are in a bored state when they read, which is why they don't remember what they read. So control your state and make learning fun. And now for the best bit. The T in FAST and BEFAST stands for teach. You learn with the intention of sharing your newfound knowledge with somebody else. If you had to teach this to somebody when you got back home, your team, your family, your friend, would you learn it differently? It would be so great to share your newfound knowledge with them. Absolutely. So you learn with the intention of teaching somebody else because when you teach something, you get to learn it twice. So there is another question: if you could go back to that child inside of you, that younger self, and right now tell them something that they need to hear, what would that be? And if you could go to the future, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years ahead, what would you tell yourself? I know you have so much wisdom inside of you. I absolutely believe you have greatness inside of you. Just imagine for a moment that you could look back on this day in 10 years' time. What would you want your future self to tell you? I have a quote that I absolutely love. It talks about an egg and stress. Your egg is like your life. If an egg is broken by an outside force, it's the end of the road. But if it's broken by an inside force, it's the start of something new. And all great things begin on the inside.